broadcast to be published. Woo! Yay, I'm live. According to this. Okay. Get myself in my Discord. Right. Hello, everybody. I hope you all can hear me. Let me know if you can hear me. Just share it out. Let's see. Sorry if I'm annoying you. I mean, can you hear me? I hope you can hear me. Oh dear. Right. I guess I was doing it wrong. I don't know. Yes, Cryptic, a pinned function. It's just been added, I think. Hello, David. Hello, Zach Osborne. And hello, Sand Alpha. We'll do that. Okay. So I'm just making sure I've got everything set up. Properties. Okay. Yep. Okay. Everything should be fine. How is everybody? While we're waiting for my Patreons to get their asses into the private hisses. Hello, Ian Wolf. Sorry, I'm not talking into my fan. Can you hear a fan? I'll just move my mic across. Because I'm downstairs, I've got a different setup. Hi, JR. Because I've got a different setup, so it could be that my laptop fan is being picked up by my microphone. Because I've moved downstairs so I don't disturb my housemate. Yeah.
Lady Viper.
Hi, Eddie.
How are you?
I'm alright. You okay?
No virus yet.
Fair enough. It has a sort of echoey effect. Well, I can tell you that now. The living room is practically barren. So, it's very echoey in here. I'm just making sure they can all hear me. And Messiah of Keck is giving me, what is it? It's giving me a bit of jib for my stream.
Oh, good news, Viper.
Oh, yes.
My Nevermore coffee mug shipped this morning.
Yay! For those of you that don't know, Adamantine bought a mug from my Redbubble merch store, and I thought I'd just show it to him, thinking, he might like it because it's based off of his favourite poem. And he goes and buys it a mug. And it was a raven and an ink and quill with, nevermore. So basically buy my merch. No, I'm glad it's already shipped to you, Addy.
Yeah, that was pretty fast, really.
Mm-hmm.
Very fast. The next day.
Yeah, that's not bad, honestly. Let's see. Just trying to think. JR, are you a Patreon of mine again? I don't think you are. I think you cancelled it. Yeah. Sorry, JR, I'm gonna have to take your wrench away because only Patreons get wrenches in here. I'm sorry. Except for people that I do know. But at least everybody can hear me. That's a good thing.
Yeah, your echo seems to have improved.
Oh, that's good. Maybe it's just balancing out. I don't know, I just... After all the flack I was getting from my housemate before of, keep it down and trying to sleep or, everything else like that, I thought, well, I'll move downstairs. And so I did. I must be really boring. And here we are. If the echo gets too much, I'm sorry. I don't know how to fix it. Because I said this living room of mine is very barren. We don't have anything in here, practically.
Can you hear Cookie? Can you hear Cookie crying in the background?
No, I cannot.
Oh, she's trying to guilt me into letting her outside again.
Cookie, no, not after your escapade.
Yeah, that's the last time she's been outside.
Oh dear, is the echo that bad? Hold on. I think I might know what it is. There. See, how is this? How is this? It might have been that something else was clicked to activate. Yeah, that should be okay now. There. Tell me if I have improved or not on the stream, guys, and Opinionated Scotsman. It's not even late. Am I meant to be late? Oh, good. It's better. Apparently, much better. Okay. But yeah, right, okay, JR. If that's what you've chosen, then fine and fair enough. You can do it via the pinned comment at the top of the chat, where it has my Streamlabs link. And you can alert me with GIFs that have music to them. Maybe scare the hell out of me. And Cryptic can send one of his dad jokes. I must seriously be boring Adamantine.
No, I'm unfortunately having to work while I talk to you.
No! How can you be this?
I know. I try to avoid it, but this whole virus thing has made my work more complicated.
Oh no, you're one of these work from home people. That's not good.
Well, I've usually been a work from home person, but now it's all the time. I haven't been in the office for a month, and I won't be back for at least a month.
Wow. Apparently, Zach Osborne is back from feeding his turkeys. Gobble gobble. And hi, Unholy Reaper. If you want to get in the Discord chat, we can talk about guns and the deer that you have just slaughtered. Or finish butchering up. Either way. I mean, also, Opinionated Scotsman could get his ass in here if he wanted to, but I don't think he wants an English tongue lashing.
What happened?
No, I'm just saying, just telling me other Patreons that they can get their asses in here if they want, but. It can't just be me who thinks this whole thing is an overreaction.
I don't think it is. I think we're all doomed.
We're doomed. We're all dead. I mean, looking at America, yeah, you are. And hi, butt cheeks.
Do we even have more cases than the UK does, based when you factor in population?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. The county I live in, I think, is up to like 40 some cases.
Yeah. You should see the entire East Coast.
Oh well, that's New York. New York can burn in hell for all I care. I don't even consider that part of my country.
Fair enough.
I must say the liberal states can go to burn.
Yay! We have Unholy Reaper.
Afternoon.
Hello.
No, California, New York, Chicago, Detroit, they can all just go burn to fucking hell.
Mm-hmm.
I don't disagree with that statement.
Actually, I take that back. Half of California, the Northern California people, they're not bad.
Yeah, that's what I'm
They're country people. They got stuck in a shit state.
Yeah. Ooh.
No, I was laughing my ass off. I was not surprised, but laughing my ass off that when this whole thing started, every single thing that some of the first businesses they said needed to shut down were firearm stores. Anything that sells firearms or ammunition needed to shut down, just to have them turn around like, okay, no, with the looting, the riot getting, and cops not being able to respond like they're supposed to, no, you all are essential. Like, no shit, Sherlock.
Yeah, I'm somehow essential too. I don't get that.
What do you do?
I work for a bank.
Considering people are afraid that systems might start going down with people that aren't essential. Like, I know a lot of people in IT aren't considered essential. So if you have bank systems and stuff like that where cards go down and all that stuff, I guess I can kind of see it. And with everybody making runs on banks to make sure they can get some money in case electronic systems do go down. Makes sense in my mind, actually.
Well, in my case, my job is basically to make sure that my employer doesn't break the law when they contact customers, and they're not contacting any customers, so there's really nothing to...
Okay, yeah, then there's no fucking point.
And so, sorry, I got a donation of £5 from JR saying, "Hello, Viper. Hello, JR."
Actually, might be a good idea if I actually pull up fucking chat.
Sorry, I do have a donation.
I'm just getting out of the fucking shower. I was covered in blood about 15 minutes ago.
I can believe that.
Gutting deer is not pretty.
Well, you did say that you were just,
processing it. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Let's see if I can test this because this is.
No, not top chat, live chat. There we go. No, benefit to where I live, I don't have to worry about food shortages. But it was interesting though, because up here in the mountains, we don't really have any big chain stores like Kroger or Ingles or Walmarts or anything like that. We've got all these old little mom and pop stores. And I actually was kind of curious, so I went into town the other day. And yeah, people have bought them the hell out of some of the stupidest shit.
I'm not surprised. Yeah, the same thing around my area. If people hadn't have, limited.
Toilet paper was gone.
Mm-hmm.
Cleaning supplies were still there.
Hmm.
And okay, you have things that are for treating flu symptoms and colds and stuff like that. Vitamin C boosters like Airborne and Emergency and stuff like that. But then you have the vitamin aisle that has like your multivitamin, your vitamin C's, and all that stuff. None of that shit's touched.
All right.
I mean, like all the hand sanitizer and the disinfectant soaps, like for your hands and everything, that's all gone. But cleaning supplies like Lysol's, bleaches, and all that stuff's still in stock.
How am I not surprised?
I saw this coming as soon as it started in China, and I'm now sitting on probably close to 5 months worth of food. And lots of
here's the thing.
paper.
I'm always that person that doesn't like to be unprepared, and we've had hurricanes and things like that come up through Georgia before. So I've always had that 6-month supply of MREs in my freaking, emergency food rations in my garage. I've got a water purifying system that I can actually collect rainwater with. And I still actually have my NBC suit from the Army that has never been opened. Gas mask, tops, bottoms, the whole 9 yards. A nuclear, biological, and chemical suit. I still have it. So.
Well, at least you're prepared.
Yeah, I'm better off than most. And I'm constantly getting like my friends and my family back down in South Georgia talking about, hey, we're trying to start a garden to help kind of alleviate long-term shortages indoors. What are your suggestions? You missed growing season. You should have started a few months ago.
Makes sense.
Oh, I mean, and all it does is reinforce the concept. You should always be as self-reliant as possible. Keep outside factors and other people's bullshit out of your shit as much as you can. It is that simple.
Yeah, it's true.
Anyway, I mean, don't get me wrong. I get people that live in like apartment buildings and stuff like that. Their options are rather limited.
Yeah.
But you can easily do a few balcony gardens, windowsill gardens, stuff like that easily enough.
Oh yeah. I get it. My dad is a bit like that, so I'm kind of used to it. It's just it's hard to keep that sort of garden when you've got a housemate that just takes a weed whacker to everything. So it's like you fucking.
Do we need to make your housemate disappear? They sound a little bit troublesome.
Oh, Zach Osborne, you served?
He probably did. I don't know where.
Yeah, he's talking about they didn't let him keep his suit.
But say just he's not as bad as the others that I've lived with in this house.
This is the same one you've had for the last few months?
Yeah, he's not as bad. He's just he wants to it's almost like he wants to make the whole house his. You know, I mean, I've been limited to ordering takeout meals, which is not the best thing, so he's just filled the freezer with everything that's his, and it's like there's no space for me. So I'm like,
no, you need to basically, if you need to, take a damn permanent marker and draw a fucking line down the center. You fucking laugh, but I've had barracks mates in the military that I've had to do the same thing. Like, hey, this is your side of the room, this is my side of the room, this is my half of the refrigerator, that's your half of the refrigerator, this is my half of space, that's your half of space. Sometimes you have to do that because people don't understand the concept of coexisting with somebody else.
If he fills it full, just start eating his food.
Unfortunately, Addy, it's the type of food I don't like. So it's like...
What is he? What is he eating?
Lots of frozen pasta dishes. I'd rather have fresh pasta. with loads of
Why?
mushrooms.
I mean, wait. Why get frozen pasta dishes? It's so easy and so cheap just to get pasta.
Mm-hmm. Don't ask
I
me.
mean, a pound of spaghetti is like what, $1 something, if that, depending on the brand.
If that, if that, it's cheaper if you get the shop's own brand. But yeah, I just, as I say, guys, you are not the first one to tell me this. You know, I've literally
Have
been relegated.
Have Drunkle or Alex come over and just put a foot in the ass.
Nah, they won't do
Or
that.
better yet, Vanilla Bear. Better yet, Vanilla Bear.
Nah, they won't do that for me.
They give you shit, but they care about you. You know that.
But I just got to say sorry, JR, for your donation not having a GIF and scaring the life out of me. I don't know what's going on. I just say saw your tip, saw your everything come through, but the GIF and the alert box didn't go off. So yeah.
Yeah, everybody in the chat's opinionated Scotsman, but she's like, hey, put your fucking foot down. And if putting it down don't work, put it up his ass.
No.
Some of those computers are running.
I bet that was Addy.
Sorry, that's me.
Who the fuck's calling? I don't know. You leave me alone.
Exactly the same
Look.
response I give.
Nah. Here's the thing. I had, 26 rifles to build, 18 pistol builds, 9 handgun modifications, some AK mods, some AR mods, and then I'm restoring an old World War II machine gun.
Wow.
And the problem is, I said, hey, because of this quarantine, and you can either come pick it up, or I can come drop it off. And then people's like, no, we're going to stay quarantined, this, that, and the other. I'm like, look, I did this work. This was the timeline. I need my money, so I will come drop it off at you. Okay. Comes time, I get halfway to the house. We've changed our minds. You can just hold on to it. And I'm like, that's not the fucking arrangement. Come on. So people fucking around, and finally I just said, look, I'm going to drop this property off at your fucking house, and you can either have my fucking money, or I can call the cops and say you're refusing to pay.
It's ridiculous.
I get social distancing. Guess what? It's not that hard. I can hand you my fucking phone. It's got the little fucking module on the bottom. You swipe your fucking card. I take the fucking money. I leave your shit at your door. We don't have to make contact with each other. It's as simple as fucking that, you dumbasses.
No invite her.
No.
I have to invite myself.
Cryptic! He actually makes an appearance.
What's up, Crypt?
What's up?
How's life treating you?
Just ran out of work, so here I am driving home.
You're essential as well, huh?
When you work for the government, well, when you're a contractor for a government entity, when they shut down, you shut down. Oh well.
Yeah. Well, I don't think a lot of these government agencies are as essential as they want to make themselves appear to be.
Well, I deal with poop water, so it is kind of essential.
Oh, septic? Yeah.
That's one way to
Yeah,
describe
it's essential. Well, waste treatment is always essential.
it. It is.
Yeah, but when you're the one supposed to be programming, designing, and inspecting new systems and stuff, when they don't want you around, well, you don't get paid.
Yeah.
And Hi Pat in the chat. But yeah, butt cheeks. Alex could smack him with his stick. I don't want to put Alex in that position where he needs to swing his stick around.
I saw he's using a cane and he keeps talking about something in his head. What's going on with him?
There's
let
not
me
a lot of
explain.
details as of yet, because the NHS is being absolute shit at the moment, and also with the coronavirus, it's not that good. Basically, he's had an MRI scan and a CAT scan, and they found out that there's 2 abnormalities on his brain. These abnormalities are causing him to have headaches, dizzy spells, to slur his words, and, just to make himself unsteady as well. So that's why he's got the cane, because he's already fallen over.
Abnormalities, lesions, or just abnormalities?
Just abnormalities at the moment. Oh, that's all they've said to him, and that's all that's all we can gather.
Fucking hell.
Yeah. I know he does have, he is booked in to have further testing results and things like that, but at the moment, we don't know.
Well, let's be honest. I mean, even without this coronavirus, most times shit like that takes time. I mean, y'all got fucking waiting periods for hell with shit like that.
Yeah,
if it's not emergency.
Oh, they've put it down as an emergency, but even then, it still takes 2 months.
Yeah, I mean, that's one thing I've been having an argument with lately is people saying, "Oh, national healthcare system or nationalized healthcare is what we need here in the States. We'd have a lot better time with the coronavirus." And I'm just sitting there, I'm like, ask any veteran who's dealt with government-run healthcare.
Yeah, I think.
No, you don't.
Yeah.
Well, ask Italy. Ask me.
Exactly. Well, I tried to bring up Italy. I tried to bring up Italy, and they said, "Oh, that's not nationalized healthcare. That's single payer." And I'm like, and I couldn't argue because I didn't know for sure if it was. So, then you came from where, Cryptic? China?
No, I came from the United States of America. God damn it.
Well, you said you had experienced.
Vietnam.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, there. Okay.
I'm Black and Eve. What are y'all talking about?
Whatever delusions you want to tell yourself, Cryptic.
Yeah. Well,
I'm still better than a Scotsman.
I have no comment. I'm 50% fucking Irish.
Well, 3/4 Irish.
And I'm more opinionated than that Scotsman in there too, so we're good.
God, and he pays me, so... Cryptic pays me.
I'm gonna say we all pay you.
Mm-hmm.
That's why we're on this fucking stream with you.
Mm-hmm. So, I would have more videos up if, again, a certain housemate kept quiet.
I was honestly surprised that you didn't have a couple of videos come out, being that you're stuck in your fucking house.
I was, I've been working on a how to deal with corona situation lockdown video in my head sort of thing.
I saw you and Alex talking about that in the during his live stream.
Yeah. Me being a mega introvert and, as he said, maybe I could give some insight onto the thing, but it's like, how to script that. I don't want to sound too preachy and go, I know for the good of all, but
I don't think you need to script it, it's just give your opinion on it.
If I don't script, I go on tangents. It's not good. Plus, just to have like an
Okay.
outline there.
Have you ever met an individual called Ranting Monkey?
Yes.
Most
Yes,
people
I
like
have.
when he goes off on his random fucking tangents.
So, yeah, no,
And you've met Sinatra, Gasly, and fucking Drunkle.
I'm trying to be good and stick to the point.
Fuck that. Fucking boring.
Oh,
I
I'm
want to
so
hear
sorry.
Ranting Viper.
You don't want to hear Ranting Viper.
Hi, my name's Reaper. Have you heard me?
Oh, you can go on for ages.
I can't. Get me on the right subject, and it's not pretty. Oh, Squeaky, what the fuck?
Another meeting.
That's cryptic for you.
Well, it sounds like he's driving home, so he's breaking up like a motherfucker.
Mm-hmm. Let's see. Alright. Just trying to figure out how to get this freaking alert box to play what it's not doing.
What's up? Yeah, boy. Oh, oh, my back just popped in 6 places. Oh, that felt amazing.
Not surprised. Scotsman, you do not want to hear a ranting viper. At all.
All right, the 10 people watching, let me get a 1 in chat if y'all want to hear our Ranting Viper when she does her whole how to deal with a quarantine.
I won't be able to rant about that. That's more often tangents. Ranting is, say, about She-Hulk and the Disney reboot.
She-Hulk.
Yeah.
See, honestly, I want to hear those videos. I want to hear you just go on fucking...
Well, maybe.
I mean, hell, I watch shit like Comic Book Curation, Lords of the Night, Monkey in the Morning, Noir Bar with Polly. Come the fuck on. Look at the shit I listen to and tell me I don't want to hear you rant.
But it's different hearing men rant. When men rant, there's a point.
It's a hell of a lot funnier to hear a woman rant.
Oh, God.
Have you seen Weibo?
Yes.
Have you
She-
seen when Weibo goes off on one? It's hilarious. Come on.
I've not seen Weibo go off on a rant now.
Catch Cocktail Hour with her and Polly.
Okay.
Especially when they told her that that they kicked her out of her dorm and were shutting down her school during her senior year, her graduating semester.
I did not see
Holy
that.
shit, that girl lost her shit.
Ugh. It's, bloody hell. I moved downstairs and my housemate starts banging all over the place. What the hell? Anyway.
That's when you just burst in his room with a shotgun. Shut the fuck up or deal with the consequences. Works every time.
Sand. I'm just gonna call you Sand. Yeah, I do want to see you go from coping She-Hulk to what your cats are doing at random moments. Well, I don't live with my cats. My cats are at my mum's and dad's.
Sendolphin? I'm trying to pronounce his fucking name.
Yeah, I'm just
It's either Sandolphin or Sendolphin.
probably Sand Dolphin. Sand Dolphin. Now that I can actually see the dolphin. But yeah, I mean, if I could make videos of my cats and everybody like them, fine. But again, I don't I haven't been able to visit my mum and dad in over 2 weeks now because of this thing. Even though my housemate's mum has been coming down at all hours of the day during this lockdown.
How the fuck old is she?
I don't know.
Just them puts her high risk. No, but to be honest, I would love to hear some of your ranty opinions on just some stupidity. Have you seen the new shit that Marvel's come out with recently?
What?
And I'm not just talking about safe space. And I'm not just talking about safe space and.
What is Children of the Atom?
Yeah, that's you gender swapped and race swapped. Oh, and you turned them into their sidekicks.
Freaking Gambit, Cyclops.
Was it Gambit, Cyclops, Archangel, Jean Grey? Is the ones I can remember off the top
There's
of my
only
head.
one new one. There's only one new one.
And what was it? Snowflake in Safe Space.
Oh, for fuck's sake. They could go and rot in hell.
And what was the other one? What was? I'm sorry.
Trailblazer,
Trailblazer, who they said usually charges first in the battle. With that fat ass, you ain't charging nowhere.
No.
And
she will charge for about 30 seconds and then run out of breath.
You ain't charging nowhere. You're rolling.
I mean,
you're a tumbleweed.
Yeah, I'm fine with the superpower being
Zach Osborne. What was his name?
Oh,
Internet gas motherfucker.
Yeah, Screen Slave or something.
Screen time.
That's it.
What the fuck? Internet gas.
I don't want to know. I just. Oh yes.
I'm thinking that
cheeks.
his freaking uncle they said it's his uncle that did this. I'm like, what did he just Dutch oven him?
And,
that's the only thing that came to mind when they said internet gas. And I'm like, my brain hurts.
Your brain hurts? I think everybody's brain hurts after that point. But no, as Butt Cheeks said, there was also B negative, which was the only one that made me a bit interested because...
Nothing personal. When I saw the art, I was trying to figure out if that was a guy or a girl.
Totally believe it.
The tight pants and all that stuff. I'm like... Is that a guy? The way the hair's cut and the pink and stuff to the side, I'm like... I don't know if that's a guy or a girl.
That is a guy that shops at Hot Topic, and basically his superhero name should have been Hot Topic. But
well, I've got a friend who's huge into Marvel, especially like the Spider-Man, the old school Spider-Man. And when he heard the backstory about was it Michael Morbius being, he fucking lost his shit. He's like, why would the fuck would a hematologist that give a blood eye? I'm like, I'm gonna be over here. You ran. And all right, the dude's bigger than I am. This dude is 6'3",
wow,
287 pounds. I'm like, you go ahead. You have your temper tantrum. You flail your arms. I'm gonna be on this side of the room in case you throw.
Look up Gotham High.
So what?
Look up Gotham High.
Oh God, Gotham High! No, I don't want to know.
I haven't seen anything coming out of DC yet. Oh, please, let me guess. Oh yes, no. I unfortunately saw that clusterfuckery where is during high school years.
Yeah.
Batman during his Bruce Wayne during his time in high school.
Mm-hmm.
It's pure SJW.
Okay.
It's literal SJW with Batman in it.
Here's the thing, especially during this time when a lot of this stuff is closing down. Like, what was it? The one major distributor for comic books is closed. They're not sending out anything new.
Mm-hmm.
So it's going to kill off any new projects anyway. But the fact that nobody is wanting these projects. Did you look at the when any of this stuff, the ratio that they're getting.
They are
good to
getting
bad.
ratioed hard.
But they're still not getting it.
Nope.
If you're DC, right, you see all this shit that's going on with Marvel and how much basically they're not selling. Why would you follow along? Unless
Don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong.
No.
Don't get me wrong. The concept of seeing. No.
Okay. All the people that ruined Marvel, guess where they're at now?
They got hired by DC.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Why? They saw their projects bomb. Why hire them?
Well, they're not very smart, are they?
No. I mean, don't get me wrong. The concept is interesting of seeing, especially if it's like a short run, not like a continuous, maybe a little arc series, of seeing some things that might have helped make Batman what he was like during his growing years. Not like I wouldn't say it more than like a 5-issue thing, but it's an interesting concept if you run it that way.
That the guy who got fired recently. Sorry.
Yeah, no, just saying they've already done that concept though 1,000 times over with Batman, of where he was getting himself, to become Batman, not just when his parents died and that was it. No, they've done it in Batman Beyond. They've done it loads of times, of where they've gone back in time to see where Batman or where Bruce got the idea. So,
well, I remember things like the original Batman with Michael Keaton, the one with Val Kilmer, where they show him falling down into the cave below his house and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And they did it again with The Dark Knight.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't really remember any. I mean, keep in mind, the comic books I read were never Batman, Superman, anything like that. I was into Punisher, Spawn, Deadpool. I was always the anti-hero guy. That was what I
totally get that. Totally get that.
The best thing DC has put out in the last 5 years has been DC Metal, Dark Metal, and that's good. Whoever wrote that story should be molded. The people that put out Gotham High should be freaking thrown out. But no, DC is stupid too. So.
Yeah, that's what Duel is. Dark Knight's Metal.
Mm-hmm.
Hell Arisen is what he was saying was a good story.
I have the original prints of all those.
Yeah,
and it's a good book.
So yeah, I don't really do comic books. I'll go to like Dark Horse Digital and stuff like that, and I'll get the digital prints, the digital copies.
I have 20 boxes of books, and I stopped because DC and Marvel got bad. So
I had all my old ones. I think I stopped reading comic books in probably the mid 90s, like 97, I think is when I stopped buying comics. And all my comics that I had from back in the day got destroyed in a fucking flood when a water pipe burst. So, but yeah.
No.
But I was never interested in value of comics. I didn't think anything about collector's value or anything like that. So none of them were ever kept in amazing condition or anything.
No, in my opinion, comic books are there to be read. And read again.
Mine aren't like sealed or anything. They're in a bag.
Yeah, you've got them like in the covers, the protective sleeves and stuff like that at least, for when you're not reading them. Correct?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have this atrocity of Marvel Civil War. I hate it. That book.
Immortal Hulk is looking good. Well, I hope Immortal Hulk does well. Because my favourite character does not deserve to be tarnished in such a way.
No, I think the last thing I did is recently, I do some things on Kickstarter every now and then. And one thing that popped up was you're breaking up real bad, Cryptic.
Mm-hmm.
We can't hear what you're saying. Yeah, you're breaking up bad, man. I can't tell what you're saying.
Major Robot.
Yeah. But no, one thing that came up on Kickstarter that I supported was a reprinting of the first, I think the first running or the first series of the Witchblade comic.
Ooh.
Hmm. And I always used to read things like Tau, Witchblade, Fathom, Darkchild. I was a huge Image, and I really got into some of the Image and Top Cow comics off and on. But yeah, so I thought that was actually really interesting to see them bringing it back.
Zach Osborne. No, they made Hulk a. First off, they gave Adamandus Cho, which was just a side character from nowhere. They gave him the Hulk ability, and he had his run with the new Miss Marvel and everything. Then came out the Immortal Hulk, which I believe they tried to tout as being trans, but I don't think that got a good reception. It certainly
There's
didn't
a
get
lot
a
of
good...
things. There's a lot of things they fucked up on. Like, what was it? They made Wolverine in one variation recently gay.
Yep.
I'm like, what? Huh?
Yeah. They've just... all these diversity hires, and they don't know how to write.
Well, it's the same thing. It's the same thing for these companies. When you hire somebody based off of where they're from, what they look like, what gender what hangs or doesn't hang between their legs, were they once a man or a woman, in their color. I mean, come the fuck on. As opposed to merit. The fuck is wrong with you?
They made Alan Scott, the original Green Lantern, gay. That pissed me off, to be honest.
Okay, here's the thing. I have no objection you want to bring modern shit into the comics. Make new characters.
Yeah.
And make them interesting.
Uh-huh.
Because that's what they did. They made new characters with this Trailblazer, Safe Space, Snowflake. They made new characters.
Yeah.
They're fucking retarded.
Yeah. Yeah. Pretty much.
Again, if you want to bring modern day shit into it, make new characters and make them interesting. Or use characters that had maybe a one-time appearance, like as a minor character. No backstory really ever made it about them. There's plenty of them, especially in things like X-Men.
No, yeah, I mean, yeah, okay, you want to
now you have a chance to make them a backstory.
Well, you want a Muslim character? Hello, Dust from X-Men. She was Muslim, and she was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Anyway, moving on.
One time I ever remember was the X-Men Evolution cartoon.
That was a good cartoon, though.
It's so bad that they fought hard to get another season, but never happened.
Yeah.
Same thing happened with what was it, Wolverine and the X-Men that came later.
That was another good one.
That one, I wasn't as much of a fan.
No.
But then again, they got, during that whole time it was being produced, they were constantly getting backlash from, oh, we want you to do this instead.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not surprised. Oh dear. Right. But yes, Zach Osborne, publishers need to stop hiring people from Tumblr, lest we want more cartoons like Steven Universe. Yeah.
Oh, well, now that I'm on the platform known as fucking Twitter. Somebody actually went back through and redrew some of the characters from like Trailblazer and all that as the old school 90s style cartoon action hero characters.
Yeah.
buff, slim, small waist, giant rack. And I'm like, beautiful, man. Absolutely beautiful. And I laugh because he. Do you remember that whole controversy that happened with the art by Nessa?
Mm-hmm.
They drew it with the artistic style of pastel. It made her look lighter.
Yeah.
This motherfucker intentionally made Snowflake white just to piss off the fucking SJWs.
Oh yeah.
And when somebody actually made a comment, his only response was the middle finger.
Yeah. No. There was loads of things for the Nessa thing, because again, you know, artists. I follow artists on Twitter.
It's called artistic license, jackass.
Yeah, but there was loads of people like drawing Nessa, and then she picks up a bucket of bleach and just douses herself in it, and she's turning white and blonde. It's like,
let's see if I can at least remember the artist's name, because I see people asking me to post I might not be able to actually find that post, but I might find at least the artist. Give me a minute, people.
yeah, no worries.
Me and tech do not get along.
Apparently, Doolwill says, I will love Immortal Hulk. If he is as good as freaking... is it with World War Hulk? I know he makes an appearance in that World War Hulk. Because that is just amazing. That is my favourite. You know, I got the omnibus comic and I've read it about 25 times. But, I just heard myself. I sound absolutely awful. How can you people put up listening to me?
I was waiting for somebody to say because you're cute.
I'm not cute.
Hey, I didn't say it. I said I was waiting for somebody to say it.
Nobody will say it. No, I think...
You.
I'm
Nobody,
not
huh?
cute. No, I think everybody's kind of traumatized.
Your
after
voice
the
changed. I just wanted to say, Satan?
You never heard my voice change before. I did want to be a voice actor at one point, so I trained my voice to change. Yeah, so I can go from, like, really... You know, that's it. Hi, my name is Viper.
Don't ever do that again.
That's so cute.
I'm not cute! But no, I pretty much traumatized everybody on my Twitter yesterday, because I put out a comment, thought I'd share a bit of information about, you know, my swimsuits that I ordered a while ago. They arrived, and they don't fit because my boobs are too big. So everybody was going, pictures or it didn't happen, pictures or it didn't happen. So I went, fine. You want pictures? Here's a squished side boob. And now they were just like, oh. So I probably traumatized everybody.
What is the word for that? Fucking simp.
I'll send everybody in chat a picture of my side boobs. Just send me a DM on Twitter.
As I say, I should have, one of my Patreons said, I should have put my merch store links in that tweet as well, going, now that I have your attention. With the side boob. This very squished side boob.
The whole chat is calling you cute now.
All right, here we go.
To everybody in the chat, I would just like to say again, I'm not cute! There, how about that?
There you go. There's the link.
Woohoo! Zach Osborne. It wasn't so much a picture of a side boob, more like a picture of a side mountain. I'm sorry, I've got giant tits.
Yeah. The artist made her tan instead of black.
I mean, these people don't know about colour and lighting composition.
Yeah, like the Nessa picture was a pastel palette, which made it lighter.
Yeah, the pastel palette, it wouldn't have looked right if you just put a big brown blob, you know, with as dark as Nessa is, you know, it just wouldn't have looked right with the type of colour palette that they had chosen. So it was obviously better to make Nessa lighter for that picture.
Yeah.
Because Alex did a video on the Nessa thing, and and he had me come in to basically kind of say, "Look, you idiots, it's all lighting and color composition." Yeah,
that's what made me. Again, that was before I was on Twitter, so
yeah. You know, well, it's I don't know. I think.
Oh, I just realized something.
The video. Well,
I just realized something in that post at the very end of the damn redesign of Snowflake. #Comicsgate. He was trying to piss people off.
Oh yes.
Oh, and scroll down. He did another redesign of or silhouette style of Trailblazer that has her thin with like a ginormous fucking rack. Oh, for the love of God. I love this guy's art because it reminds you of like the old school comic pinups. Mm-hmm. Something I actually do enjoy. Like almost Jessica Rabbit-esque as far as the body proportions.
Well, there you go. No wonder you like it.
You're talking about somebody who grew up at the right time to have that be the major fucking influence on what kind of woman to go for when you grew up. What was it? Jessica Rabbit from Who Framed Roger Rabbit.
Yeah.
Hollywood from Cool World. Mm-hmm. Red Hot Riding Hood from the Looney Tunes cartoons. Mm-hmm. The Hello Nurse from Animaniacs, as well as Minerva Mink from the Animaniacs. Come the fuck on.
I know. So, Sam Delphin, no, Nessa isn't just heavily tanned. She is actually black.
Yeah, she's black.
You know, she's one of the lighter blacks, you know, but she is black.
Yeah, she don't look purple.
Yeah.
I can say that one of my soldiers named McCall, that man literally, if he was in the shadows and didn't have and closed his eyes, you had no idea he was fucking there.
Wow. Well, it's not just that. With it being a Japanese game as well, you would know if they were making a black character like that black. Because, well, Jinx. And
they got in trouble for that one.
Oh yeah, they've gotten in trouble. Yeah. And also,
they had to turn
Mr.
her purple.
Popo. They had to turn her purple. They had to turn Mr. Popo blue, which they then later turned back to black.
I'm about to say, in the cartoon, that boy's still black as shit.
Yeah. Let's see. There are other characters that they've done that are black that are, you know, pretty cool characters, but you find that they tend to be more on the lighter side of the
spectrum.
Yeah, the lighter side of the colour spectrum, whereas you know, the darker side, you know, when they're made of God, it's like, yeah. Oh, here are the big lips.
That'll work. Sorry, while I've been talking, I've been putting a few parts on my rifle.
That's alright.
Well, they finally fucking came in.
Woohoo!
Coronavirus stalled everything.
No, I'm not surprised.
I should have had this about 2 weeks ago.
That's just a big oof.
Yeah. Well, and I'm still laughing my ass off at how the media's taking everything here in the States, at least. I don't know how they're covering it over there in the UK.
Well,
Everything here is all doom and motherfucking gloom, and not a damn bit of it is all the positive of all the private companies stepping up to pick up where the other manufacturers are hitting a wall, not being able to produce more.
Mm-hmm. I'm not surprised, honestly.
Like right now, you've got a couple of my buddies that I know that work for Coltac Gear and Blue Alpha Gear. They're trying to get together with another company that I don't know called Brown Buffalo to make more masks. So, and I laughed my ass off. They were stopped by the CDC because they weren't certified to make that equipment.
Ooh dear.
Oh no, they've lifted that now, but I mean, the same thing with Dyson. Dyson, in a week, redesigned a system that was a ventilator attached to a gurney system that they could mass produce. 6,000 a day,
Wow.
and they were told not to produce them because they weren't certified to They weren't certified to make medical equipment.
Idiots. Or as I should say my new favourite word, mongoloids. Because that's
I call them fucking libtards.
Well, there's that as well, but mongoloids works.
So.
But, Zach Osborne. Yes, while Safe Space, Trailblazer, and Snowflake also had the big lips and the big noses, you should see how Japanese people, or how Japanese anime draw black characters.
I remember watching an anime that actually had the black guy speak broken as fuck English.
Yep.
Everything else about the anime was in Japanese. And then the black character comes in and broke some broken as fuck English. And I'm like, what? What? I wish I could remember the anime off the top. I wish I could remember the anime, but it has been so fucking long, and it was a shit anime.
So Zach Osborne, oh, I'm an anime head. I know all too well. Well, there you go.
I'm not an anime head. I'm actually just now kind of getting into animes. Like, there's actually 3 animes I've been watching lately. Mm-hmm. Plunderer,
that's all right.
Demon Slayer,
awesome,
and Radiant.
Yeah, that's okay.
I like them. I just finished the first season of Radiant. I'm watching dubbed because a lot of this is I'm listening to it in the background while I work.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Well, what episode are you on for Demon Slayer?
Demon Slayer, he just got taken before the Hashira, and that one psychotic bastard with all the scars is now trying to force Nezuko to prove that she's going to succumb to her demon instinct.
Mm-hmm.
That's exactly where I'm at.
Fair enough. It just means that you've seen the really good animation of episode 19, where Tanjiro, you think at first, takes off the head of the spider demon.
And he just severed himself just beforehand with his own thread.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, spoilers, guys.
Well, it's been out for a while
now.
No,
but it interests me is the fact that basically he's just proven that his father was a demon slayer. But you kind of got the idea of this because of how, I can't remember the demon's name, the head honcho.
You would be quite surprised.
But how he reacted to the earrings.
You'd be quite surprised.
And the
actually.
fact that his father's breath technique was not much different than the breath technique
of the sun.
The style of teaching a breathing technique to accomplish something like they taught in training, the combat.
Yeah.
Granted, different elemental.
Yeah. Well,
so it's an interesting concept to find that out.
I'll tell you now, because I'm way ahead in the manga because I was like, I've got to know this. It's.
I already know some things that happen just because of fan art drawing the head honcho as eventually a little kid and as a woman. So some spoilers lie ahead.
Nope.
Huh?
Nope. Head honcho is not a woman. Or are you talking about the head honcho of the demons or head honcho of the
head honcho of the demons?
He does turn into a demon. Demon woman.
He turns into a woman so I've seen that fan art to it.
Yeah.
I've seen the head honcho of the demon core, the one that has his face fucked up.
Yeah.
Which looks like the result of having demon blood in him at some point.
Nope. I don't want to say too much.
Don't care.
Yeah. So, okay, what we'll say is that the head honcho of the demons is a lot older than everybody makes him out to be at first. He is the first demon. The very first. He was literally born that way.
Well, that's what people are saying. He's been that way since the beginning. He's the first that recorded history.
Yeah, and the reason why the head honcho of the Demon Slayers has his body all fucked up is because he is actually related to the first demon, so the head honcho demon, and it's through the family line, and because it was seen as a sin in the eyes of God or the eyes of Buddha, that his family spawned a demon, they will have a curse put upon them, and the only way to stop it is to kill the demon. So, essentially...
So he started this whole Demon Slayer core out of selfish reasons to lift the curse? Or actually to protect humanity?
To protect humanity.
Okay.
And it wasn't him personally, he's like the...
he's down the line, it was his ancestors. Gotcha.
Yeah. So... And people were already fighting the demons well before the... he introduced the Demon Slayer core. He perfected it in a way.
What's with the two freaky little bitches that stay around him? The two little doll bitches?
They're his daughters.
Those bitches creep me. It reminds you of like the possessed dolls. Just in the ship. Nope. Nah. Where's the shotgun?
He's got 4 daughters and 1 son. So you should also see his wife. It's like, okay, just upgrade China doll.
Just a wide eye, just nope. Okay, now what the hell's going on with the demon having a supposed wife and daughter?
That's so he can blend in with humanity.
So they're hypnotized, brainwashed, what?
Pretty much.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Because I'm thinking, okay, that's going to be an issue. Have to chop that little kid's half demon's head off.
Yeah. It's so that he can blend into humanity because he's not the only one. That's not the only family that he is.
Gotcha. Later, Zach.
Bye, Zach Osborne. See you at the AAA. Don't worry, I'll be ending it soon.
I'm about to say, you usually go an hour on these.
Excuse me.
Yeah, I'm getting tired. Gonna be cooking dinner for myself here. My sleep schedule's all jacked up. I'm waking up at 2 o'clock in the morning.
But yeah, so if you were to read the manga, if you're ever so inclined, and you know that Demon Slayer is getting a movie, which just tells the next part of the story. It's not independent of the manga. Where you'll actually see the fire pillar or the flame pillar. Then he's actually quite cool.
So I'm assuming that the way his father was diseased when he had flashbacks to how his dad was always sick was probably because of a fight with the demon.
You actually never find out if his dad was a demon slayer. You never find out. There are indications that he could have been, or that he has learnt these techniques from somewhere else. What you do see is that Tanjiro's ancestors did have a connection with the first and most powerful demon slayer. But you don't really know too much about Tanjiro's backstory, or, where Tanjiro's dad got the ideas from. So, I think it's open for interpretation.
Yeah.
A lot of it. So.
I thought it was funny watching Nezuko use her power for the first time. Exploding blood. I'm like, what?
When you see there's so many other types of demon arts. It's like, okay, yeah, that'll do. Exploding blood, that'll do.
Just getting sliced up by that fucking web and just all of a sudden, okay, I have blood everywhere. Let's light it up. Huh? Okay. And I'm sorry, the Hashira, they're some fucked individuals.
Yes, all of them are.
I mean, the one with all the scars is... boy. The one with the fucking flaming hair?
Flame pillar, yeah.
And the Buddhist, who's always crying. He's like, oh, he probably regrets being born. Let's take him out of this world. What?
They're all fucked up, but they've all got good
The one with the
backstories.
big boobs is the most weird to me, though. Out of all of them. The pink hair with the big tits is the weirdest.
Oh, the love pillar.
Because everything that anybody does, it makes her, oh, he's so cute, or he's so cool, and she just has hearts around her and everything. I'm like, oh, she's falling more in love with. As long as it's a guy with a dick between her legs, she has an infatuation with anything that they do, and I'm like, you have issues.
Well, she actually does have a canonical boyfriend.
What?
She has a boyfriend. It's a snake dude.
Are you talking about the dude with the different color eyes?
Yes.
The one that was in the tree, the one that elbowed Tashiro in the back to keep him from stopping the test for his sister?
Yes.
That's... ooh. Big tits and a dude that has a snake... my mind just went to a very, very dark place. That image needs to get out of my mind.
Just look at the stream where there's a picture of the Glaceon Viper. That'll do.
Ugh. Ugh. Fucking psycho creepy bastard. Nope. I'm good. Then you got that fucking psycho chick with the fucking poison powers.
Yeah, but she's the more normal one out of the lot.
Her and what was the other guy's name? The first Demon Slayer you run into in the series, the one
Oh,
that
yeah.
actually, they're fine. Those two I can deal with.
You'll find that this anime and manga is full of eccentric characters. I think that's what
No
draws.
shit, the fucking kid with the boar's head that looks like a fucking chick underneath.
Inosuke! And he's very
You're
flexible.
thinking this, huh?
He's very flexible.
Oh, does somebody have a crush?
No, I'm just saying he's very flexible.
You've got the badass kid with the lightning powers that don't know jack shit, that doesn't even know he's that badass, and because he does it when he passes up. Ugh. Ugh, for the love of God.
But I think that's what draws people into the show is these
The retardation?
no, the eccentricness. Just the whole over the top that it is. Like you've got the blind Buddha guy going, "Oh, he must regret. We must take him out of this world."
Oh, so he is blind.
Yeah, he is blind.
Okay.
This has gone to weeb, and I just zoned out.
You're fine.
Sorry, Cryptic. Sorry, Addy.
The weird part is I'm the only one here that's been to Japan and lived there for like 3 years of my life. And then
Bullshit.
it became a weeb. Yeah.
I was stationed there, jackass.
Oh,
station.
so you too?
Yeah, I was stationed at Camp Zama.
Oh, okay. I was in Camp Hansen, so I know where Zama is.
Yeah, I was literally 25 miles south of Tokyo.
I was in Okinawa, so.
Yeah. I visited Okinawa. It's nice. The culture's a bit different, more Chinese influenced than Japanese, but neither here nor there.
Don't ever call an Okinawan Japanese. You'll slap the little shit.
No, but of course, and the stupidest thing about being stationed in Japan, the first thing anybody ever wants to make sure that you go to is the annual hentai festival.
Not surprising.
Like, what?
They've got an
You think go
annual
to Mount
penis
Fuji,
festival.
something like that. Mount Fuji would be the better bet. No, we got to go to, I can't even remember the damn city's name.
You've got to go to the penis festival.
And I'm like, I've never really been a weeb, to be honest. I find the Japanese culture interesting. I've never really wanted to be that into it. It's just, let's be honest, anime, at least anime is more entertaining than the bullshit's coming on TV nowadays.
Yeah. No, that's how I choose to look at it. I mean,
I look at half the shit that my parents and everybody recommend, like, oh, you need to watch Chicago, or you need to watch this, you need to watch that, and you look at it, and it's all this, and at some point or another, it's SJW politics.
Mm-hmm.
Like, my mom watches one show that talks about firefighters,
Right.
and in the one episode, for no other fucking reason, it has the kid, one of the firefighters is dating this girl, and the girl's son gets her handgun and shoots the firefighter by accident. The kid's like 5. And it goes off on this little thing about so many people are accidentally shot by guns every year. Please make sure and pay proper firearm safety and lock up your firearms. And I'm like, are you fucking kidding me?
Just stop it. Stop it.
And if I want to watch something, I watch it to zone out.
Yeah. And you can do that with anime, you know, because most of the time it's just flashing colours and sounds.
The last TV show that I could actually do it with was Witcher.
Yeah.
But that was more on the lines of I just wanted to zone out and watch everything, because I've loved the Witcher series forever.
I mean, I don't have Netflix. And
My sister does, and I have access to her password.
As I don't have Netflix, and I don't have like TV or anything, so I haven't been watching the news. Or
You can watch Netflix online.
I know, but I just don't have Netflix. I kind of used up the.
All right, chat. We need to gift a sub to Viper. Or somebody that has Netflix, give her your password so she can also watch.
You don't need to do that.
Nah, my sister's whole thing about watching The Witcher is because she's in love with Henry.
Oh yeah, the Luke playing dude.
No, Henry Cavill, the guy that plays Geralt.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's a bit obsessed with the dude.
Fair enough.
Oh,
no, you don't need to give me my password. You don't need to give me the password. I'm fine. I don't want to clog up certain Netflix accounts with loads of anime and Dragon Prince and things like that. So that's all I watch.
You say that, and I remember that I've actually gone back through your archive a while back to see things I never watched.
Mm-hmm.
And I saw your review of Dragon Prince about a day ago. Watch Dragon Prince. And I just hear you're obsessive over it. I'm like, girl's got issues.
We haven't already established this.
But then you're like, oh, she's somewhat normal. And then you see shit like that. And I'm like, nope, she is not normal.
I thought we already established this as I am
But
not
I
normal.
can't say anything. I'm a fucking 34-year-old that's now getting drugged into playing D&D on a regular fucking basis.
There's nothing wrong with D&D. I mean,
I've never played it. I've never played it until my nephews, and now that everybody's quarantined, like, why are y'all dragging me? Why don't y'all just bring your friends? Because now we don't have to just have our friends. We can have everybody because we're online. But I can't be mad at I can't be mad at my nephews. These little bastards use a website called D&D Beyond. That is a digital layout for playing Dungeons & Dragons. And they spent 6 days custom building me a character in that system. Like, the ever-loving fuckboys. So, yeah, it's not like I can just say, nah, I see how you put all this work, but fuck you. I can't really do that to my nephews.
Yeah.
But, oof. The only thing I'm having a biggest issue with being quarantined is, I think everybody has that one thing that they can do that kind of they rely on to keep a normal life or a normal thing. That's a stress reliever. That's their normal. That allows them to maintain normalcy.
Mm-hmm.
Mine was always going to the gym.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. And I went, they said they would be closed to the 1st. Okay, I went by there today. We'll be closed until further notice. We will send you an email.
Oops.
I'm like,
Well, you sounded like me then.
so that pissed me off. So I just come back, go hunting. Well, wasn't even intending to go hunting. Just got home, grabbed a rifle, and went outside just to go shoot some targets, whatever. And just so happened to walk up on a herd of deer, and I'm like, dinner.
Well, you know, stress relief. At least you can do that where you are. That's,
Thank Christ. it's times like this that I really want to just. I love my grandfather.
Mm.
Wish he was still here. I could give him a big old kiss on the fucking forehead. Again, I am in a position where everybody else is terrified because they're in these confined spaces. They're in these big cities. They're in these apartment buildings.
Mm-hmm.
I'm in the middle of bumfuck nowhere in the mountains in Georgia on 150 acres. I got freshwater streams. I've got fucking gardens. I've got fucking wild animals to shoot.
Except for the foxes. You leave the foxes alone.
Ain't seen them in a while.
Probably gone into, It is spring.
I was about to say, they probably end up going to make a family somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
Assuming they're not brother and sister.
Mm-hmm. So I wouldn't mind, but it does remind me you should actually do some D&D with friends/patrons. I would if I actually knew how to play it.
I mean, that would be something that you get together. I mean, I wouldn't say if you've never played to be like the game master, but it'd be interesting for you to play D&D alongside your patrons.
Yeah, if I knew how to play it and if my patrons wanted to do that sort of thing.
Here's the thing. For somebody who's you dive in head first and you learn as you go because your character builds on what they start with. So it starts off fairly simple and then it just kind of builds on from there.
Mm-hmm.
So but here's the thing. Don't start with a spellcaster.
Okay.
You want to start with a class that does melee combat. It's a lot easier to understand and comprehend.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
I have a feeling... Yep, Cryptic's gone. Sorry, Cryptic.
We're talking about a subject he probably doesn't have an interest in.
Mm-hmm. That's usually how That's usually how it goes, but as I say, also, if I
gotcha, Cryptic. Gotcha, Cryptic.
Business phone call. So if I knew how to play it, and if my Patreons wanted to play it, which I doubt, I think they just give me money for me to read poems. And
well, keep
now
in mind,
apparently rant.
D&D is. I'm actually surprised to see how D&D is actually becoming rampant in communities. I mean, you've already got people pushing the AAA guys to do it for their patrons and stuff like that. So,
honestly, I've been
actually hearing people like Ranting Monkey reminiscing about when they played D&D, and I'm like, man, that old fart used to play a long time ago.
Well, so it's been resurging for quite a while now because I've been noticing like TV shows, for example, the My Little Pony series, which ended. They did an episode of, they called it Ogres and Oubliettes, and it was basically D&D.
Well, and I think a lot of it has to do, because I looked at the time frame about the resurgence of D&D, and it kind of came a long time with the downfall of video games.
Yeah, because everybody,
people were very disappointed about the bad storytelling for online gaming and multiplayer and stuff like that.
Yeah, it's safe. If they wanted to play
but
multiplayer.
It limited creativity. It doesn't allow you to be. I mean, again, look at things like. I mean, hell, I can remember growing up with RPGs like the original Fallouts, where you had hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of options on how to do something or how to play something or how to execute a mission.
Mm-hmm.
And then it just kind of said, you got this, here's your linear path.
Yeah.
Especially like in something like, hell, Fallout 4. You've got, 9 options on how the thing ends, basically, depending on which 2 factions you want to side with.
Exactly. It's ridiculous.
Whereas you've got something like D&D, whereas how do you want to play this at all?
Mm-hmm.
So that's kind of where I've seen the reason for it. as a resurgence.
So I think by the time we start winding the stream down,
Yeah, it's 5 o'clock. It's about time for me to...
It's about time for Reaper to get his dinner, and also the AAA meeting is starting in approximately half an hour. So if you want to head over there for a good chuckle or two, go do it.
I'm probably not going to be in the mood to...
Don't blame you, you've just spent like an hour with me.
Oh, you're not bad. But considering a lot of it has to still... A lot of the stuff they're still talking about has some kind of coronavirus stuff and stuff like that, considering that's what the news is revolving around.
Mm-hmm.
And at some point, if you've noticed lately, when Ghastly and when Corona is brought up, how Drunkle and Ghastly will start going back and forth.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I can't do that today.
Don't blame you.
Don't get me wrong, I love the guys. It's just sometimes my head just can't take those two. I love their comedy. I love how they go, the banter back and forth, but the energy behind it is just, could you take it down a notch, please?
There's too much energy in this place.
Yeah.
I'm only leveled to Viper energy of barely above 1.
I'm not that bad.
So they go to about 11. I'm just like, yeah, 1.
When Sinatra doesn't step in and it's just left to Drunkle and Ghastly,
11.
I don't think there is a top. I don't think there is a top. I don't think there's a cap. I've just seen that stuff go meow. I mean, and it's absolutely more obvious than anything, especially when you have somebody like Monk who has to burst his way through those two just to be heard. Ooh.
Anyway, we'll start winding down, or we'll stop the stream there, and then Adamantine can get on with his work without us cackling away in the background.
Yeah.
And I can go back upstairs and offer this horrible dining chair. It's as hard as a brick.
Why the fuck don't you have a computer chair?
Because this is the first time I've actually moved downstairs. Because I'm usually on my bed.
And you're not on your bed now. Why?
Housemate?
Is being loud? Or what?
He's being loud, but also I don't want him to start complaining about how loud I am, so I'm putting an extra barrier of stairs between us. Plus, as I've said before, he has a tendency to shout racial expletives at his Xbox. So, there is that. It's Return of Reaper Viper.
How old is this asshole?
23, 22?
Okay, he just needs to be shot. Shot or told to grow the fuck up.
Either way.
You're an adult now. Act like it.
Yeah, and here's me, a 29-year-old that doesn't.
You at least understand common courtesies of living with someone else.
Anyway.
It's called adulting.
Adulting, and it's absolutely horrible. Anyway.
But, alright guys, it's been fun.
I'll see you guys later. Maybe stream with me next month. You know, then my patrons can give me a good tongue lashing about how I've absolutely let them down with absolutely no content at all. Okay, so bye guys.
If we had an issue with that, I think we'd have just quit being patrons.
This is true. But you can always tell me off.
Hey, at least you're cheap.
I'm a cheap woman. Very cheap. Alright, guys.